Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm going to be talking about hooded eyes. Now I've done numerous videos on hooded eyes and I'll leave some links in the description bar below, I'm sure I'll remember. But today we're just going to be discussing hooded eyes and the problems with them and some of the solutions. Ironically, if it's normally people with very hooded eyes that will come and say, I want this kind of look, and it's usually something quite extreme and it's very dramatic and it's also incredibly hard, if not sometimes impossible, to pull off. Now, there are two types of hooded eye really. There is the one you're born with and the one that you acquire as you get older. Now, the one you're born with is totally different because the skin can be very taut. So it can almost be like you're just drawing like this when you want to do it. It's amazing. You can do anything you want because you can put the crease where you want, you can put the colors anywhere you want because the skin is taut. With a hooded eye that's acquired through age as we get older, this part of the lid and the crease comes down, and it can come down completely, which means it covers the entirety of your eyelid here, or it can come down partially where it covers most of the outside corner. You can do things with hooded eyes. You could apply a color over that hooded area and it gives the illusion of it receding away from you, but it's very problematic, particularly as you get older, because the skin moves a lot, and also it can pull, the skin here can come down and fold, and it can give the illusion of a droopy eye as well. They are without a doubt the hardest eyes to deal with when it comes to eyeshadow application. And the age-old expression, you can't make butter with a toothpick, comes to mind here. If you have very hooded eyes where the skin is loose and it's coming down, sometimes it's best to just accept that that is what you have and to work on finding a solution to give you an amazing eye. The way that I go about this is I will look at the eye, and if it's very hooded and I know that it's going to be incredibly problematic to deal with in terms of the look that perhaps they want a very smoky eye, they want a winged eye, which is just incredibly difficult to do because of the skin movement. We focus on the eyes, the bits that we can create. So first of all, we can put a highlight absolutely at the brow bone, and if you've got beautifully defined brows, that is amazing. We can also put the highlight right on the inner corner of the eye because that's always visible. So there you've got color. The next thing we can do is to put whatever color you would have put on the lid and crease underneath the eye. So let's just say it's a brown. We can put the color all the way underneath because you're going to see that completely. That's never covered. Then what we do is we take a push liner brush and we push black eyeshadow deep into the lash bed to create the thickest, blackest lashes we can. If you have amazing lashes, curl them and put mascara in, and your eyes are done. They are absolutely done. If you don't have good lashes, you've got two options, individuals or false lashes, or using mascara fibers. Both can give you a dramatic length. Now, I've done a video on mascara fibers, but I don't post in any particular order, so you may or may not have seen that. But those are the two options. By creating a really black, thick, full lash, you give the appearance that your eyes are the focus, even if you've got no eyeshadow really on the lid itself, because all you're going to see is these beautiful fanned out lashes that look glorious. You'll see the color underneath and the tear duct highlight and some of the brow bone. Now, that may not be what some of you want to hear, but it is the easiest solution when dealing with incredibly hooded eyes because of skin movement. When you place the brush, even my brushes, which are incredibly soft, on an incredibly hooded eye with skin movement, the skin will move and your placement goes all over the place. The other way to deal with it is to pick your colors and go for it like there's no tomorrow. So you're going to go out, way out than you normally would. Make sure it's right at the edge here. Make sure it connects under here. Then you get the wet wipe technique that I've talked about and you start to clean off to sharpen the edge. Again, you need to be so careful because skin starts to move on this bit. So as you're using the wet wipe, you don't want to go too high up or pull too hard because then you're pulling the skin and you're creating an off center or an awkward looking angle. But generally speaking, people will be very happy with the tear duct, brow bone and under eye shadow. And also if there is any space here that is visible, put eyeshadow on that as well, but work on the lashes thicken them, blacken them. Use false lashes if you need to, singles or the fibers. Fibers are notorious because they fall. There is a way of getting around that, and I have done a video on it, and you can get amazingly thick black lashes that you won't have any of that fallout with. That tends to be my preferred method. I'm not a big fan of putting on false lashes because they're just awkward. They're just awkward. But that's my tips on hooded eyes. It may not be what you want to hear, but it is the best option, absolutely, with very, very hooded eyes. Thanks so much for watching. Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.